Hello, this is Sam Wong from the Global Pre-Sales Operations team. Today, I'll be showing you how to create the flat list used to power multi-hierarchy forecasts in the new stat forecasting calculation engine. If you're looking for a more generalized video on how to demo the new features in Anaplan, refer to the Start Here box note for that video. I'll be starting here on the Product Hierarchy Management page and assume that you've already configured your time settings in the initial app setup. Each of these import dashboards follows a three-step process. First, we'll download a template right here and complete that. Next, we'll upload the completed template into Anaplan, and then finally, we'll perform a process to process all of the uploaded data. So I'll start with the product hierarchy template right here and download this template. So what we're going to see is that the lowest level that we have to deal with is the L8, and that's going to be my product name and product code. And as you have higher levels, those go from L7 to L6 and so on, going from left to right. For the data hub chocolates data that I'll be using, the L8 is going to be my product, and the L7 is the brand, and the L6 is the family. So your completed template will look something like this. Next, we'll go and upload this product hierarchy into Anaplan. Run that. And then you'll see all that information displayed in this table right here. And then finally, we'll add these products to the hierarchy. So what this is doing is going through each of the L8 to L1 levels and creating that hierarchy based off of the information that you've provided here. And you can see for L1 and L5, because those levels aren't used, you'll see some alerts related to that. So that's fine. And you can see here we have our L8 items right here, and then it's all fitting into the hierarchy of the L7, the L6, and from the L5 upwards, since we didn't have any hierarchy specified, we have placeholders in the event that we ever would need them. With the product hierarchy loaded, we're ready to go to the next step. Quickly, we'll see if there were any errors related to the import process. For example, if there were any product codes missing, these would not be able to be uploaded. There are no errors here, so we'll continue on to customer list management. Again, this customers list management dashboard follows the same three-step process. First, we're going to download our customer list template right here and enter in all of the customers that we have and their codes. So I'll open that up right here, and you can see customer name and customer code right here. So once this is completed, we'll see something that looks like this with our customer name and our customer codes displaying right here. I'll return to Anaplan and upload this file right here. Select the correct file right here, customer list template. Run this. This will upload the customer list into Anaplan, which will display on this left side right here. And then finally, we'll run this process here to add our customers to the flat customer list. So I've completed that process here. And now we can see that all of our customers have gone from the left side to the right side, and as contained in our flat customer list. Next, we'll proceed to the historical data upload process. For this final dashboard, we're going to import historical data by both the product and the customer, which is considered the L9 in our product hierarchy of this model. First, before we download the template, we'll want to make sure that the first and last periods of history correspond to the historical periods of data that we have. Then we'll download this template right here. Once that's complete, I'll show you what a completed template is going to look like. You're going to have your customer and product code right here, as well as the period history of your data that you're going to import. Going back into Anaplan, we'll upload this historical data right here. Upload this file, bring it into Anaplan. Next, what we're going to see on the left side is all of the unique product and customer code combinations that we have. because we're starting with a fresh model, all of these instances are new to the hierarchy right here. And if there were any missing product or customer codes, or if we had duplicates of the product and customer code combinations, that would be flagged here under the data issues heading. So finally, we're going to run this process to upload this historical data into the hierarchy. Because we're combining the product information specific to a customer, this is importing the data at the L9 level. So once the import is complete here, we can see in our hierarchy we have demand information for the historical range that we've specified right here. So for this walkthrough, we're going to continue on to the multi-level forecasting setup to generate our flat list based on the user-defined parameters. If the hierarchy is already predetermined, as may be the case with implementations, then that can be directly imported using this flat list direct import process right here. Before we continue on to the multi-level forecast setup, I want to quickly cut over to the L9 list to give you a sense of the lowest level of the hierarchy as it exists here. This is the L9 level, which combines our L8 item right here with our customer. If you're working with data that doesn't have a specific customer, you can always enter in a placeholder name and code for your customer and import that in using this historical data upload process. Continuing on in our flat list setup, next we'll need to specify the level of the hierarchy that we'd like to put selective access at. I'm going to select the L5, which is one above the highest level of my hierarchy. Alternately, setting at the L6 or the L7 level will allow you to grant selective access specific to the product family or brand if you have different users that need access only to their specific areas. This is a required step before creating the flat list. Next, we can select the number of top customer and product combinations to maintain in the flat list, as ranked by total historical volume right here. The L9 forecast may provide additional insights where an item's demand is driven by a handful of high volume customer, but it may not be warranted for most items. For this example, I've specified that the top 50 combinations warrant their own specific forecasts. Finally, we'll determine the best level to forecast an item based on the coefficient of variation. The coefficient of variation, or COV, is the ratio of the standard deviation to the mean. When this value is over 1, it suggests a high degree of demand variability that will lead to poor forecasts. This variability decreases at higher levels of the hierarchy, where demand is pooled at the brand or the family level. For this example, since the COV levels fall below the threshold of 1, I'll decrease the threshold to 0.365. What you can see is that this creates a rule where an item must have a COV below 0.365 to be forecasted at that level. In some cases here where it's not, it will move up and be forecasted at the L7 level right here. Once this level is determined, then you can select this action here to create the flat list forecast. If for example you pick a level that's too low here, what that will indicate is that all of these items are unable to be forecasted and you'll get an error. So I'll revert this back to 365 and go ahead and create my flat list forecast. Now that that's complete, we can get a little summary here. In the blue are the 50 items that I've chosen to maintain at the L9 level, and then the 33 and the 15 correspond to this breakout between the L8 and the L7 level based off of my COV threshold of 0.365. Now, in this last table here, we can view the flat list with our historical values as determined at multiple levels of the hierarchy, all condensed into that single flat list. Now, with the flat list generated, we're ready to continue on to forecast settings. On this page, you'll see a lot of red because we haven't put in any of the forecast settings for our parts since we're starting fresh. This action here will take all these defaults that are shown in this table here, and it'll copy them over to all of our products. That's done here, and this page is ready to go. Finally, with default values all saved in, we're ready to look at our statistical forecast review. So even based off of all the information that we have right now, the stat forecasting review is already showing us and generating forecasts based off of our SS flat list and used flat list that we've created right here. And so this is the main page where planners will come in and do a lot of their review. They can make all manner of adjustments right here in terms of outlier correction, start dates, compositing products, getting deep into the statistics and everything. And so all of these actions are done against the SS flat list in use right there. And ultimately, this will get put back into the standard hierarchy for the final forecast export right here.